Hey.
Welcome to the weekly update.
Hi. Hi, I'm Diana. Welcome to the weekly update.
Two things I want to talk about real quick before we get into the fish. One is this coastal aquarium. This is one of our most popular fish aquariums just because of the stand and canopy. And we very rarely discount anything so deep as what we're doing with this one particular model. And it is an over $5,000 setup for a reef tank, lights, protein skimmer, the whole works, sump, everything. But this particular one is right at $4,000. We're picking one fish tank in the store, stand and canopy, to offer at an incredible price. And at minus $1,000, this is the most incredible price we have ever had on the coastal. Okay, so the other thing that I wanted to mention were the new Cobalt Seaview tanks that came in. This is a 26 gallon, we have other sizes. Cool thing about this tank is it's a bare bones tank. So you get the tank, you get the pump that comes in it, your filter socks, a top, the stand itself, but you get to outfit it any way that you want to. So if you want to do a live planet tank, very easy to adapt. If you want to do a live coral tank, it's very easy to adapt. So wonderful tank by a wonderful company, and if you haven't seen them, come check them out.
Hi, it's Kevin. I'm here to show you the highlights of some of my favorite things that came in this week, starting with the betas. We got some awesome looking betas this week. We got in a lot of different varieties, spectacular colors, unusual color morphs, a little bit of anything anybody who wants a beta could actually ask for. Really cool Asian import I got in this week. I've got some really nice green spotted puffers. These guys do best in a species only tank. They do prefer brackish water quality overall, but they are quite feisty towards other fish, likely to bite your other fish, so do best in a puffer only tank. For the live bears this week, I think my best pick would definitely be the assorted platies I got in. I got in a great range of colors. I got in some of the salt and pepper platies, I got in some of the tuxedo platies, some rainbow platies, some pineapple platies. They all look really nice. Got in some nice looking royal plecostomus juveniles in this week. These guys are really striking, really beautiful plecostomus. They do like to have wood in their diet, so do make sure you've got driftwood included in your tank scheme, because they do need the fiber to munch on. Really beautiful semi-aggressive cichlid. These are the electric blue Jack Dempseys. These are a different color morph of the common Jack Dempsey, and the aggression level has been bred out mostly in this process. Not nearly as aggressive as a regular common Jack Dempsey by a long shot. Got in some gorgeous RYUKIN goldfish. RYUKINs are a type of fantail but bred for the more spherical body shape. Really beautiful indoor goldfish. Also on the fancy goldfish, I got in some adorable little lionheads. I got in some calico, some bronze, and some red and whites. They're gorgeous. Look like little Easter eggs. We got in some nice looking little juvenile flower horn cichlids. These guys are getting along somewhat now, but as they become older and become sexually mature, they will not tolerate each other whatsoever for the most part. Usually these fish wind up being a one fish per tank fish that will always greet you like a little puppy wagging their tail. We got in some really nice looking medium size albino COMPRESSECEPS in this week. Really cool for color, and really the body shape of this fish makes it more unique to me. Makes it look somewhat like a saltwater fish. Really elongated face, reminds me of a Picasso painting. Got in a beautiful selection of assorted male medium peacocks. These guys are about a 3 to 4 inch size. Really great color. One of the best looking starter fish I got in this week, I got in a nice, really nice batch of long fin white skirt tetras. These would be awesome to start out a new tank with because they are so tough and durable they can handle the ammonia spike. We have in some nice looking peacock gudgeon gobies. These guys are pretty nice size compared to what I usually have. Although they are nano fish, they seldom reach over 1.5 inches. We got in some awesome looking little flagfish killifish. These guys are awesome because they will eat beard algae. I think we've got one grazing as we speak now on the driftwood. These guys are one of the best combatants of beard algae and will keep it down to a minimum in any planted tank.
Hi, it's Diana with Fishy Business here today. I'm here to show y'all some of our plants that we got in this past week. We have some of our LIONHEAD that look absolutely fabulous. They're some of our better starter kind of plants. They get really tall and they're really hardy and they're low maintenance. Our next ones that we're going to point out are the Cryptoshalankas. They are also a low maintenance plant. They look phenomenal. They get tall and bushy, so keep that in mind whenever you are choosing these. Make sure you have enough room for them. That's the same with the LIONHEADs. They also get really, really tall and they're really good for like background plants. We are getting a shipment from Dustin tomorrow, so make sure you come by and check out those plants.
How long has it been since you've had the chance to run through saltwater with me? Might not be the norm for you, but I am today. So let's run through the saltwater with an old school guy and see what we got. Okay, let's start with the flame hawk. This is one of my favorite little fish. It is void of a swim bladder, so it has to hop everywhere it goes. One thing you want to pay careful attention is that if you have shrimp in the tank, you do not put hawkfish in the tank with them. Most certainly they will kill them. But it is a fantastic reef fish nonetheless. One of the most ornate fish in all of saltwater, Pterois volitan, or the volitan lionfish. We have 3 in stock right now. All 3 are young, all 3 are eating. It's a great time to get lionfish. I know there's a lot of you out there who have wanted them for some time. We haven't been able to get them with any regularity, and now we have them. Every once in a while we luck up and we get a fish that's been in someone's tank. What I call, these I typically call proven fish. Basically means they've gone from the transition from saltwater in the wild into a tank environment and done very well. You're not going to do better than this extra large Naso tang we just got. Phenomenal fish, great in every aspect, needs a decent sized tank, but will go good in a reef tank or a fish only. Okay, there's 2 fish in this tank I want to point out. One, you can see the tricolor anthias, which are self-explanatory. They're the ones with the 3 colors. This is the hardiest anthias I think money can buy. They come in eating typically. I have a lot of them in service accounts that I've had for a long time. They will adapt to flake food in just about any food source that you can feed them. So in this respect, they're very, very good and very hardy. Also, you see the monos in here. This is a fish that is probably one of the easiest to get to school in saltwater. They stay out, they are available for the eye when you walk up on your tank, and they look cool in groups. Extremely, extremely hardy as well. So the Borneo cardinals, every single one we got this week came out of someone's tank. So just like I was saying about the Naso tang, these are extremely proven, already hardy Bangui cardinal fish. They're just fantastic. Wonderful reef fish, wonderful to catch the eye. You can keep them in groups. Phenomenal fish. One of the most popular eels in saltwater keeping is the snowflake moray. The reason for this is their tolerance of other fish. They have kind of molar-like teeth, so they will eat small invertebrates that they can crush shells and things like that, but they're not overly aggressive to most of their tank mates. So as you can see, the starfish is getting along perfectly fine with him. If we had fish in here, in most cases, as long as they were a little bit bigger than him, they would be perfectly fine. So a great eel to have, very ornate, very long-lived. I always tell people, if you're going to get a saltwater fish and you can tolerate starting with them small, do that. And there's no difference with this regal blue tang that we have. Hippo tangs are fantastic when they're started small. You can get them eating early, they're less prone to disease, and this little guy is just perfect. He just came in. I think I have 1, maybe 2 of these at the most, but a wonderful fish with wonderful color. As far as color on a saltwater fish, you would be hard-pressed to do better than the Melanoris wrasse. This is a wrasse that's highly adaptable in a lot of different saltwater situations. The coolest thing about this particular one is not the fact it's trying to hide right now, but the fact that it came out of someone's tank. It is also another proven fish we have this week. And with a little inquisitiveness, it's here for you.
All good.
So Reagan got in this beautiful Catherine's fairy wrasse. Now I can't tell you very much about Catherine, but what I can tell you is this is a fantastic reef wrasse. This is part of your reef wrasse group that typically comes in eating, very hardy, tolerable of a lot of different fish, and this is a beautiful red and yellow variety. So I can't remember when we had Catherine's fairy wrasse. This is one that is fairly uncommon, but is not very expensive. So a great reef wrasse. One of the hardiest thalassoma wrasses that we sell is the green bird wrasse. It looks a little bit like a lunar wrasse as far as the colors, but with the bird-shaped mouth. This is a very hardy fish. We use it in all service accounts that we can that are fish only. It won't tolerate being in a reef tank as it will eat invertebrates, but it typically comes in eating. It always, or for the most part, stays out where you can see it. Even now while being filmed, it's making regular laps around the tank. It's a very busy fish, but one of my favorites. That's it for the weekly update. You can see there's a lot of new stuff coming in, a lot of tanks and things like that. There's a bunch of new live plants in, and pay special attention to the YouTube self-help videos that are coming out on Mondays now. Every single week, a new self-help video about something else. If you've got any suggestions for these self-help videos, please let us know in the comments below. Until then, God bless and have a great week.